Step-by-step saving your first $10,000 challenge. The goal of this video is to help you save your first $10,000, whether it takes you 3 months or 6 months as long as you get there. Not only should you know how to save your first $10,000, but also should know what you're going to do with it. Some people have been able to save $10,000 over the course of 6 months, yet it only took them less than 2 months to spend the entire money on trash. Saving money is one thing, but deciding how you'll use it is another. What do you do with the bag after you have it? How do you increase? How can you use it to generate passive income? I don't want to use this money to purchase a purse, go on a vacation, get plastic surgery, buy new shoes, get new teeth, or anything else it is. I don't want you to put in a lot of effort for 6 months only to spend that money on liabilities for things that don't benefit you. In this video, I'll explain the challenge why $10,000, how to get there in 3 or 6 months, as well as what to do with the money once you get it, such as pay off debt, put it in an emergency fund, retirement account, or start saving for a down payment. The question is, why $10,000? Why exactly is that number? The answer is that $10,000 is difficult but not insurmountable to actually reach in 6 months, because if I told you $100,000, it's a figure that's just absurd. $10,000 is difficult but not unachievable. You are capable of doing this, and I am sure of it. If somebody tells you that $10,000 is not a lot of money, keep in mind that it is because an average person only has $1,000. Once you reach $10,000, your money is 10 times more than the average person's. But I'll tell you one important thing right now. Your life won't be changed by $10,000. However, the behaviors and character traits you must adopt in order to save that sum will affect you for the rest of your life. Therefore, don't worry about the money. That is not the reason we are here. Everything else will come when you have saved $10,000. Right now, we are just here for the habits. Here are the details of the actual challenge. Is it finished in 3 months? Do you complete it in 6 or 12 months? I suggest that you do it for 3 to 12 months. Since it takes approximately 66 days for a habit to alter your brain's neural connections, I advise no less than 3 months. We want the habits you develop to stick in your brain because that is exactly what will happen. There are now 2 ways to finish this challenge. The envelope challenge is the first one. You can go out and get roughly 100 envelopes if you want to do this challenge in 100 days, or 3 months and 6 or 9 days. You number these envelopes from 1 to 100, so it logically follows that you will have envelopes 1, 2, 3, and so on, all the way up to 100. The objective is to double the amount indicated on the envelope. You put $2 in envelope number 1, you put $4 in envelope number 2, you put $20 in envelope number 10, and so on. You will have more than $10,000. Or precisely $10,100 in around 3 months or 100 days. But this is the hard part of this method. It's setting you up for failure, since having $10,000 in 3 months is going to take a lot of money, around $3,300 every single month. The majority of people don't even make that much money to begin with. You might find this challenge to be way too difficult if you don't make that much money, therefore failing this challenge. If you don't earn that much money, make it 6 months. Also, instead of doubling the number written on the envelope, just put the amount written on it. You put $1 in envelope number 1, $2 in envelope number 2, $10 in envelope number 10, and so on. After 100 days, you will have approximately $5,050. You then resume it. You should receive your $10,000 in a total of about 6 months. There is no need to hurry. This way, it doesn't feel like huge pressure, because to save this much money this rapidly is going to be way too much in 3 months. When you save money, we want you to feel as though you are truly participating in this challenge. You don't feel forced. Instead, we want you to think that you are saving money because you want to develop this habit. It's crucial that you develop the saving habit gradually and steadily. The second way is to just do this challenge without the envelope. If you rather choose to save the money instead of spending it to buy 100 envelopes, you can still do this challenge. So here is what you are going to do. Number 1, how much money do you want to save? In this case, it's $10,000. Number two, what is the time frame? Is it 3 months or 6 months? Since we want to go slow and steady, let's say we'll take this challenge for 6 months. Number three, how often do you get paid? Weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly? Let's go for weekly, meaning you get paid 4 times a month. Within 6 months of doing this challenge, hopefully you'll receive 24 paychecks. Then $10,000 divided by 24 is equal to $416.66, or you can round it up to $417. It means you have to save $417 weekly within 6 months to have $10,000 at the end of the challenge. If you get paid every 2 weeks, then you need to save $833 every 2 weeks. If you get paid monthly, you have to save approximately $1,667. Whatever way you cut it, the amount of money remains the same, but the amount you have to save within 6 months depends on how often and when you get paid. Now, some of you might find this impossible, especially if your paycheck can only cover enough of your bills and other necessary expenses. Another problem here is, what if you lose your job? I know that looks bad, but we need to consider all of the possibilities. I mean, we didn't expect this pandemic to happen and that a lot of people could lose their jobs and businesses because of that. Again, my advice is to adjust and just go slow and steady. You can extend your time frame up to 12 months, or you can lower your savings goal down to $5,000 first. Make some allowances so that you will not feel restricted or pressured to save this amount of money despite having this due loan. As I've said a while ago, the goal of this challenge is not really how to save $10,000, but it is the challenge of building a habit that can transform your life. So what are these habits I've been talking about? These habits that I'm about to tell you will help you become knowledgeable about how to manage your finances. By establishing these habits or steps, eventually, it'll be easier for you to save your first $10,000. Number one, create a budget. To create a budget, the first step is, of course, you have to know how much money you're making. Next, allocate that amount into 4 categories: housing, groceries, transportation, and utilities. If you can notice, these categories are the things where you spend your money the most. Once you have allocated your money, whatever's left can be used for anything that you want: shopping, eating out, or whatever it is. But as much as possible, if you know you don't need it, don't get it and just save what's left of the money. Then, assess how you can lower these expenses. Should you rent out a smaller apartment? Spend less on unhealthy foods? Just walk to go to work, or turn off the aircon when you're not at home? When you do this, you'll be able to have more money to save. Again, always examine if what you're about to spend on is really useful or not. Number two, have a side hustle. If you know you're not earning enough, then try to find a side hustle to have extra income. This side hustle might give you an extra $200 every week, which you can add to your savings. This could help you achieve your savings goal quickly and could also help you learn a lot of things. Who knows? Maybe this side hustle may be the first step to being part of the Millionaires Club. Number three, sell what you don't need. Look around your room. I bet there are a lot of things there that you own that you never really used for the past 6 months. Things that just collect dust and things that waste your money and space. Your closet might have 3 identical t-shirts, pants that you don't fit, or a dress or a suit that you think you can wear on a special occasion but never really happened. Sell everything you don't need and put that money in your savings. So these are the 3 things that you have to develop in your life. Once you establish these habits, doing these things will not be difficult and therefore, it'll be easier for you to achieve the challenge. Now, let's say you already have the $10,000. What are you going to do with it? First, pay off your debt, whether it is a student loan debt, credit card debt, personal debt, or any kind of debt. Pay off everything so you don't have a financial burden that can make you feel stressed and pull you down from reaching more financial goals. Once you paid all of your debt, create an emergency fund. It is advisable to save an emergency fund worth 3 to 6 months of your expenses. This is where your budget, the one I discussed a while ago, will come in handy. If something bad happens, health problems, car accidents, or whatever it is, you'll have the money for it. You have security and stability. Remember, Only use this fund for emergencies. Next, start building up your retirement account. It doesn't matter if you're just in your 20s. Saving for your retirement as early as possible is much better. Next, invest. Start investing as early as possible to yield higher returns. Compound interest can really give you an advantage compared to those who only invested in their 30s. This is how you earn passively, which can give you financial freedom. If you want to learn more about debt, emergency funds, retirement, or investing, check out our channel. In doing this challenge, what matters is consistency and longevity. It doesn't matter how big you make if you are inconsistent with doing these habits and you stop midway through the challenge. As much as possible, whenever you got paid, save even just a small portion of it. If you can't really fight the temptation, you can get 5% of your income to spend on what you want. As I've said, take this challenge slow and steady. I hope you take on this challenge and build those essential habits. If you want more videos like this, click here for the latest video or this playlist. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. This is the Financial Fortune, and thanks for watching.